You wake up face down in the dirt. Above you, two alien suns beat down from a strange sky. If you want to see the next 24 hours, your survival depends on a specific, high-stakes sequence of actions. This timeline charts the rule of threes, the strict biological deadlines governing air, shelter, water, and food. It starts with a 3-minute countdown. The protective gas masks worn here are a necessity on a world where oxygen levels fluctuate or carbon dioxide reaches toxic concentrations. Within these first 3 minutes, an unsecured respirator means asphyxiation. Following the model of this emergency triage, your next priority is physical stabilization. You must stop any hemorrhaging from the crash and immediately ingest iodine to mitigate the cellular damage from invisible cosmic radiation. With your pulse steady, you have a brief window to verify your essential loadout. A survivor requires a multi-tool for repairs, solar power banks for energy, and a pH meter to analyze the chemical properties of this new environment. These initial minutes focus entirely on the stabilization of your biological baseline. Exploration is secondary to ensuring your body can function against an actively hostile landscape. With your breathing and bleeding managed, the next clock begins. You have 3 hours to establish a physical barrier against extreme temperature swings and unshielded stellar radiation before exposure becomes lethal. The difficulty of building that barrier is determined by the planet's gravitational pull. This industrial centrifuge simulates the intense physical toll of high-gravity environments. On a world at 1.5 Gs or higher, every movement strains your cardiovascular system, requiring heavy exosuits for basic labor. Conversely, low-gravity environments will steadily strip the density from your bones. Your shelter will evolve based on your available energy. Initial structures may use basic tarps and local soil for insulation, eventually giving way to 3D printed habitats constructed from local regolith. On Earth 2.0, a shelter acts as an active medical shield. It regulates temperature and blocks radiation that would otherwise destroy human tissue within hours. Once shielded, you face the 3-day dehydration threshold. Even if you locate local liquid sources, unverified extraterrestrial water carries the risk of heavy metal poisoning or toxic chemical concentrations. This MOF chamber offers a technological solution. Its crystalline grid captures atmospheric water molecules, condensing them into drinkable liquid. A low-tech solar still uses the same logic. By trapping moisture under a plastic sheet, the planet's heat cycle produces survival water. Regardless of the source, sterilization is mandatory. Every liter must be boiled or treated with chemical tablets to neutralize extraterrestrial microbes that our immune systems have never encountered. Securing a reliable water supply ends the period of immediate physical panic. You have gained the time needed to stop reacting to threats and begin engineering a long-term presence. The final biological deadline is the 3-week starvation threshold. As emergency rations deplete, you must look to the alien biosphere, where every plant represents a potential toxin. Identifying edible flora requires the universal edibility test, a protocol of rubbing plant matter on the skin and lips, then waiting for a reaction before attempting to ingest it. Long-term health relies on moving away from foraging toward closed-loop agricultural systems. Aeroponics and hydroponics allow for food production in sterile environments, independent of alien soil chemistry. These vertical farming racks create a bioregenerative cycle within the habitat. They utilize your exhaled carbon dioxide and recycled wastewater to produce the calories required to sustain human life indefinitely. A functional bioregenerative system changes your status on the planet. You are no longer depleting finite emergency supplies. Your habitat has become a self-sustaining generator of life-sustaining energy. Even with your physical needs met, long-term survival faces the threat of psychological isolation and mental degradation. Scientific studies of isolation suggest that maintaining strict routines and consistent social interaction is as vital to your mission as a functional water filter. While technology provides the initial shielding, human long-term presence on Earth 2.0 relies on adaptability, transforming a hostile landscape into the next permanent foothold